The UI, the APIs, and the MCP are all excellent, each built for a different job. Most teams reach for the same one every time. Here's how to know which tool is actually built for what you're trying to do. We've seen teams try bulk lineage analysis through the APIs, paginating through thousands of assets, hitting rate limits, building maintenance they didn't budget for. And we've seen teams lean on the MCP for that same bulk ask. It's brilliant for a small set, but it wasn't built for scale. Atlan's Metadata Lakehouse handles both. Atlan provides many ways to access metadata. The UIs, the MCP server, the APIs and SDKs, even Context Studio. But then there's the Metadata Lakehouse. Most teams know the UI well, but when should they reach for the Lakehouse instead? And where does the MCP fit in? Without a clear mental model, they end up either missing capabilities or using one instead of another that was specifically designed for their use case. Each of these tools is built for a different job. By the end of this, we'll have a clear decision framework for when to use the Metadata Lakehouse and why. The Metadata Lakehouse lets us run SQL directly against all of our Atlan metadata using whatever query engine we already have. Snowflake, Databricks, Trino, Spark. Connect once, query everything. The key difference from the UI is scale. The UI is built for exploring one asset or a filtered set at a time. The Lakehouse is built for when we need to work with thousands of assets at once, in code, on a schedule. So what are the specific situations that call for it? First, automation. If we're building a process that reads metadata and acts on it, deprecating assets, feeding a pipeline, triggering alerts, SQL against the Lakehouse is the right foundation. Second, product analytics. This one surprises most teams. If we want to understand who's using Atlan, which features are being adopted, or where engagement is dropping, that data lives exclusively in the Lakehouse. There's no other way to access it. That's worth pausing on. Adoption metrics, feature usage, active user counts, none of that is surfaced in the Atlan UI. If we want to report on how our team is using Atlan, the Lakehouse is the path. That alone is reason enough to start exploring it. Third is bulk export. If we need a full asset inventory, all lineage paths, or every glossary term for a compliance audit, the Lakehouse handles that in a single query. The API will time out trying. Fourth is feeding other systems. The Lakehouse is how we export cleanly at scale. That includes feeding our own models or any other source systems that need to use Atlan as a source of truth with its metadata. Fifth is custom reporting. If we want dashboards in Tableau, Power BI, Sigma that show metadata completeness, lineage coverage, or governance progress, we connect our BI tool directly to the Lakehouse and build on top of it. Those are the 5 Lakehouse triggers. Now, let's look at where the other tools fit in. The UI is the right place for everything interactive, exploring an asset, certifying data, reviewing lineage visually, running access workflows. If a human is doing it in real time, the UI is built for that. And for conversational, AI-driven access, there's a third layer. The MCP, Atlan's AI interface, is built for conversational real-time questions. Someone asks, who owns this table? Or what does this metric mean? The MCP answers that without requiring SQL. It's per asset and immediate. Great for AI-powered assistance and ad hoc discovery, along with pushing updates using just conversations, not the UI, for those that love working with agents. So when do you reach for each? Scale and automation, reach for the Lakehouse. Interactive exploration or governance, use the UI. Conversational per asset queries and updates, use the MCP. These aren't competing tools. Most teams use all 3 depending on what they're doing. We now have a clear framework for when the Metadata Lakehouse is the right tool and when it isn't. If you want to see how to set up the Metadata Lakehouse and run your first query in Snowflake, that setup walkthrough is linked right here. And if you're already using the Lakehouse and want to know which use cases give you the most leverage, drop a comment. We'll cover those next.